Welcome back. This is your host, Kristi Slaughter on SuperTalk Saturday mornings, WFHG. We're joined with my next special guest, Mary Trigiani. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Miss Kristi. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being with us on this beautiful Saturday. We've got this incredible event that's coming up, and it's celebrating a cookbook that you have co-authored called Cooking with My Sisters. Talk to me about that.
Okay. Cooking with My Sisters, Kristi, actually was released for the first time in 2004. And we collaborated on it then. And this is a brand new edition. Adriana, we call her Adri in the family, Kristi, found some pictures, and we added some new recipes. So it's got everything that was in there before, plus some new things. And it was really an interesting process to work with her on that level. The book itself generated so many conversations when we're out talking with people about their family recipes. So for me, it was just a multi-dimensional experience, a really good one.
Mary, the cookbook also has a new beautiful cover.
Oh, yes. Has my name bigger this time, Kristi.
That's super important, Mary. We're having you on here.
What's that?
It's great to have you on here and on the cover. Absolutely beautiful. I've not got to see the cookbook myself yet in person. I hope to be able to do that very soon. But when I announced I was going to have you on the show, several people commented and contacted me and said it is a beautiful cookbook.
Oh.
So congratulations.
Oh, how wonderful. That just warms my heart. Adriana has so many wonderful fans that she visits with when she has her novels out. And, of course, here in our beautiful area, our beautiful region, the folks that we grew up with are really ambassadors for her work and for this kind of approach to sharing ourselves. So that's wonderful to hear.
Mary, the title of the book, Cooking with My Sisters, it's 100 years of family recipes from Italy to Big Stone Gap. What are some of the things that people can find when they pick up a copy of this cookbook?
They're going to find this, our recipes in the context of the different places that we lived in this country. We like to say that we are the seven of us are a product of a mixed marriage. So my mother's parents were from neighboring villages in the Alps, in the north of Italy, and they were from these neighboring villages, but they actually met in Hoboken, New Jersey. They're an American immigrant story. On my dad's side, he was half northern and half southern, which was really a mix. So he was half Venetian and half Pugliese. Puglia, if you think of Italy as the boot, Puglia is at the heel of the boot. And so what you're going to find in there, what readers will find is a variety of recipes from every kind of corner of our family tree, and then talking about how we acclimated them within our journey to Virginia's great Southwest and what we did with those recipes when we got here.
So really, it's a journey in history as well.
Yes. And the great thing is, I think any family can do this. I always like to, in terms of kind of doing a deep dive, one of the examples I like to talk about is actually on page 87 of the new version, and it's called an antipasto. And for fans of Italian food and if people have journeyed to Italy, an antipasto often in the restaurants is laid out as a beautiful buffet, and it's designed to kind of prep your palate for all the things that are to follow. And it's usually regional and local and fresh, right? And so it's going to vary from day to day. The antipasto in our book is from the southern corner of the family, from Puglia. Dad grew up in a town in Pennsylvania that was literally created by people from a town in Italy called Roseto. They named this little enclave Roseto, and the women of that town had kind of their own way of doing an antipasto. And the picture is in there. The thing I love about that particular recipe is anyone can do it. It's creative. If you're not a good cook, it's something you can pull off. It's something you can pull children into to get them used to the idea of food preparation and making it visually appealing, not just taste. But in our antipasto, we would put in the center of tuna, and then it's like you build it out like the rays of the sun. The bed if you have a round plate, you do romaine is the best lettuce, but if you can't get that, use iceberg. But the reason romaine works is because it's long and narrow, so you can do that as the bottom, and then you just put things on it that are not going to necessarily fill you up, but they're going to really make you want to eat the big meal after, especially in Italian. So when we got to Big Stone Gap, in the time that we first arrived in the 60s and 70s, you didn't have Italian cheeses. Now you can go to Food City and find almost anything that's Italian, right? But back in that time, you didn't. You couldn't find prosciutto. You couldn't really find Genoa salami. So what Mom would do is use our Virginia cured ham and roll it up and do it in the rays of the sun. So you'd have the tuna in the center, and then you'd have all these other things, whatever was local, coming out as a ray from that tuna. And you'd have if you didn't have mozzarella, you would get cheddar. Boiled eggs are always colorful and look beautiful. You could put roasted red peppers if you roast your own peppers or pull them out of one of the beautiful Italian imported jars. It's all of that sort of thing. But the key was to make it yours, to give it your statement. It was your creation. And that's why it's so great, I think, for kids to be doing. So that's just one example of what you'll find in there.
Mary, that sounds delicious. Now, you and your sister are going to be doing this very special event that's going to raise money for the Washington County Public Library. It's an evening with Adriana Trigiani and also with you on Thursday, July 26th, that's 6 to 9 p.m. at the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center. We're going to put up all the links on my Facebook page so you can get that. Also, you can go to www.wcpl.net for tickets. They're $50. There's going to be books there. You all will be signing books, a special Italian dinner, and an entertaining talk by both of you. There's also VIP experiences that you can have, photo opportunities, a reception, and special reserve seating at the dinner. Thank you so much, Mary, for being with us here today. I wish I had another hour just to chat with you.
Well, sometime we'll have to do that. And Kristi, one more thing, if I have a moment. Want to thank all the wonderful sponsors for that evening. Penn Stewart, Marcia and Marvin Gillum, the library itself, the Higher Ed Center, and of course my dear employer, New People's Bank. We are all really into this event, and we're working really hard to make it something that everyone can enjoy. In our view, everyone's a VIP, Kristi. So I'd love to come back and talk with you more and learn more about what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, Mary. We really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much, Kristi, for having us on.
We're going to be back in just a few minutes. Her sister, Adriana, that's going to be at the event, the evening with Adriana, she is spending her summer in Scotland directing Kathy Lee Gifford and Craig Ferguson in Love Me to Death. She's quite famous. Check her out online. We've got all the links. We're going to be back after the news at the top of the hour. This is your host, Kristi Slaughter, on SuperTalk Saturday mornings.